So as you can see here, my guest's hair was just a little faded out for her, definitely grown out. You can see she has a very dark base or root color. There you can see it's really kind of dark underneath. We're not doing any lightening or anything like that in this video, but she did want to richen up the color, darken up the color. She wanted to create some really nice dimension, starting with the dark at the top and going down to a little bit lighter at the ends, but just creating an overall darker color while keeping everything really, really nice and blended. So here you can see I'm doing a consultation with her. She's showing me some pictures that she liked. I really take pride in my consultations. I'm very thorough. My guests know that I'm very thorough, and I want to make sure that we're both on the same page all the time. So I'm gonna go ahead and take her in. Here you can see, wash her hair, definitely wet it. I wanted to wet the hair just because we are gonna be using color on her ends. I'm gonna be using Shades EQ color for anyone out there that does know what that is. And it's just a really nice translucent color line that's gonna spread really easily, but I do like using it on wet hair. I think that it creates a better porosity level throughout the entire head of hair, so you're not gonna have to worry about certain areas really grabbing color more than others. So anyway, as you can see here, I'm gonna comb through her hair really well, but then I'm gonna section. So for this, when we are doing a really darker color up at the base or up at the root area, and then a lighter color down at the bottom, I like to keep things very neat, very clean. It's very easy with a service like this to get your dark color down on the lighter ends, and you don't want to do that. You're going to end up with your typical color spots, cheetah spots, whatever people want to call them. Very easy for that to happen. So I just prefer to work really, really nice and clean. I'll go with 4 traditional sections and then just work really quickly within each section. So you can see here that I'm going to take right behind the ear, I'm going to section it off, and then I'm going to go right down the center and create my partings. So here we can see that going on. All right, so here we're going to go ahead and get to applying that base or root color. I used the Shades EQ line, as I had said, 4NB, 4N, and 5N. I wanted something really nice and dark. For anybody that doesn't know, the NB series in Shades EQ is really, really good for coverage, adding pigment. So whenever you're trying to add darkness in, you really want to try and get some NB in there if you can. It's a really, really good little trick to have. So I'm going to go through here section by section and just apply the color right at the root area, just going about 1 inch down, and I'm going to do that all over the entire head. You can see I've sped up the video here because we don't want this video to be an hour long. So also I'm using my brush to really kind of drag that root color down, but also keep everything super, super blended. The whole idea here was to create a really kind of lived-in look for her. She wanted a really, really rooty, dark look. Not all over dark, but definitely she wanted that depth in there and wanted to be really rooty. You'll also notice that I was keeping out those front sections. We will go into that a little bit more here in the video, but so you can see here I'm just using my comb to drag down that darkest root color, and then I'm going to use my Firmar brush and really kind of blur any lines out, really make it look super, super natural. Going in, spreading open the hair, just taking my time and making sure everything looks really soft. All right, so here you can see I'm really taking my time to pull out that front face framing area. Well, you always want to keep that pretty bright. That's a really good look. It's going to complement anybody's skin. It's going to keep things really popping around the face. And most clients are going to like that. So I wanted to take those out. Also, those are going to be pretty porous. Those areas can be very porous and they can grab color. So I wanted to be sure and protect from that. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to resection again, just because I'm really trying to be neat and clean. What I'm getting ready to do here is apply my mid color. So my mid color here was 7N, 7NB, a nice mid to light toned color. So you can see here that I'm just going to go again section by section, and with my hands I'm going to smush those. I'm going to smush in the mid color, but I'm also going to have a transition area where the two are going to blend together. That's going to help to create that absolutely seamless look. So you're going to see that happen. One thing I wanted to make sure and talk about really briefly is during a process like this, you always want to be wiping your hands the entire time. I did speed up the video again just to keep it from being too long, but I wipe my hands constantly right here. You want everything to be really nice and clean. Again, you don't want to get that dark color dragged down into any area where it shouldn't be. So again, you can see here that I'm just smushing those two colors together and just helping to create that really seamless color. Again, making sure to leave those front sections out and using my wide tooth comb to blend, blend, blend. Also, you want to be careful when you're pinning up the hair as well. When you're pinning up the hair using those clips, it's really easy to get those end lighter hairs touching that root area, and you will end up with a giant dark smudge right there, even though you've lightened or wet the ends. Oh, I cannot talk. Even though you've wet the ends, it could still grab that dark color. So, all right, so time for our final color. And as you could see there, I used a shade ZQ, again, 8V, 8N, or 9N, excuse me, and 9NB. And I'm just going through and applying that ends color to first the ends, but I'm also again having that transition area where the mid color is now going to sort of fade down into the ends color. This is just going to create that really beautiful dark to light effect. I love these combs right here. It's called the Wow comb. You can get it anywhere at Amazon, any kind of hairstylist website. Really, really good. That red circle that you see is actually a little pole that runs down the center of the comb, and it rolls, and it helps to really blend those colors together. So a great tool to have. So here you can see I'm just going through. I'm now going to apply that lightest color to the bang area or the face framing area, and I'm just taking that time to really blend all those colors together. So really quick here, we're just going to jump into rinsing. You want to make sure and rinse the hair really, really good. Shade ZQ is a really great product, but you don't want to leave it in the hair. Again, shampoo, same type thing. This is pretty standard. Making sure to get all of that product out of the hair. And after I've given it a good shampoo, we're going to go into a condition. I was using Kevin Murphy here on her. So just making sure and give her a good shampoo and condition here, get all rinsed out, and voila, here we are at the end. So I'm gonna comb her out with my wet brush. I always use a wet brush on 99.9% of hair I'm working on. I just love it. It doesn't tug or pull on the hair. So here I'm gonna put a little bit of Kevin Murphy Heat Defense in. And I'm going to apply it all over the hair, focusing mainly on the ends, but I am going to get it all over. Taking my wet brush and I'm going to distribute it really, really nicely throughout the hair. So here I am going to use the Kevin Murphy Leave-In Repair. Love this product. Oof, love it so much. Her hair's in great condition, but I always think it can't hurt. And that did happen, so whatever. It happens. Yep. Anyway, as I was saying, the Kevin Murphy Leave-In is such a good product, super lightweight. I really feel like it does deliver moisture into the hair. So I'm gonna get that all in there and distribute it again evenly throughout the hair. And once I get it all brushed through, time for a blow dry. And I plan to do a blow dry video pretty soon. I think that a good blow dry video is something amazing, especially for people who are newer into hair. There's a lot of great things that the longer you do hair, you learn about blow drying, and so I really feel like that could be a really cool video. So that will be coming pretty soon. And I want to do some curls here. One of my most favorite products, Kevin Murphy Bedroom Hair. If you haven't tried it or smelled it, you are missing out. This guest was going out after this, so I wanted to give her some nice pretty beachy waves. Plus I take pictures of all my guests, so I wanted to make sure that it looked really, really pretty in the end for those. So just going through and curling her hair, making sure I never leave the iron on too long at all. We're not going for curly, we're just going for beachy wave. And as you can see, I will wrap the hair around and then I will kind of uncoil the curling iron and pull at the end. That gives that straight little bit at the end, and that's what helps to create that beachy wave look that we all love so much. I'll do a video on that as well very soon. So here you can see we're just finishing up, and just look at that color. It's so rich. It's definitely a lot darker than what she started with, but still not super dark. It looks amazing. It looks healthy. We absolutely loved it. I was so thrilled with it. You know, sometimes when you've got hair that's just not really damaged, not maybe in bad shape, but just a little dry, there's just a funk to it. Sometimes, honestly, throwing a gloss or a toner or even a color, depending on the color line you're using, can really go in and kind of fill those cuticles in and give that hair strand some body. And it really does make the hair look instantly healthier. And this is one of those cases. You know, sometimes the hair can just be lacking something, and a really great color gloss is all you need. Sometimes even you don't even need a color gloss. Shades EQ does do a clear gloss, and it can do the exact same thing. It's shocking what that can do for the hair. So again, here just you can see that nice deep root. The color flows really beautiful going down to the ends. No harsh lines, nothing like that. We really liked it. Super natural looking, yet still light enough. And nothing wrong with a little Kevin Murphy Shimmer Shine. I love that product. Kind of like a dry oil. Really, really great.
She's gorgeous.
It's a nice change.
I really feel like it looks so much healthier.
It does. Dark usually does.
And it still has like dimension and everything.
Yeah. It's a really
not
nice
just a
blend.
salmon.
And there you go. You can see super blended, super natural looking, definitely darker, but not too dark. Such an easy, quick service and just makes all the difference in the world. And there you go. That was it in the end. She was definitely a happy girl. Alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Lots more to come. This is just the beginning. I will definitely be trying to post videos at least once or twice a week. I hope you enjoy them. Feel free to give me some ideas on videos you'd like to see, and I'll see you next time.